a Stay Gold book tag. This was originally created by Mild Rumpus, having to do with the book The Outsiders, which I did not read, but I did see or at least a good portion of the film The Outsiders, though not incomplete. It got interrupted when I was watching or something. I was tagged by Gavin at Genre Books to do this. This, however, I have to mention, the first time I ever got tagged, there seemed to be confusion between myself and other people who were tagged as read by Fred, and we didn't get notifications like apparently you're supposed to. So when I would say, unless we're all getting it wrong, down on your videos, when you click your videos, there is a section there called comments, and when you click on that, it says mentions, and that gives you a list of all the places where someone did the @ symbol and your channel name. So you should kind of check that every once in a while, because that's the only reason I knew Read by Fred mentioned me and Genre and Books mentioned me. He did this video April something 22nd, and here we are May the 17th, so it was a while. I just happened to check when I found out you could do that. So here we go. Prompted by character names, Ponyboy Curtis. Share some booktubers who have been especially supportive of your channel. Number one, Read by Fred. He's the first person to tag me. Obviously, Genre Books, he's tagged me too, and both of mention me and then get into my comment section. MJ at Reading This Life, who she does support small booktubers, and she'll check out people's channels, make recommendations. She loves my fashion, and she said I needed to update my channel's description, which I eventually did. It's a lot better now. There is Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading, who's mentioned me a few times. There is, I'll mention more of her in a bit, Chanel at Chanel Chapters, and has a channel called, the channels are called Chanel Chapters and Chanel Days. I don't know what her last name is. And there's another person, just wanted to say, they're not a booktuber, but this person, Music Room 7185, who made quite a few comments on various videos I've done, and said at one point I was one of their favorite booktubers, and that's really nice. Outstanding. Second question, Darrel Darry Curtis. Share a channel that has inspired or somehow influenced your channel. So before I became a booktuber, the only two channels I was watching was Murphy Napier and Daniel Green. And it was looking over how to do a booktube channel. I came across Daniel's version of it, and he just said, don't worry about equipment, just use your phone and get started. Just suck at it, because you're gonna suck at it. You're not gonna be good at this. Well, guess what? I sucked at it. So I started using my phone, and it was just that simple. I was thinking I was gonna buy this equipment, that equipment, but bought my phone and just got started. The only thing is, I'm gonna mention this a second time later. Get a microphone of some kind so people can hear you, because the phone microphone sucks. And I had a few people mention they couldn't really hear me that well without one. I should, while I'm just doing all that, I should mention, nobody's gonna remember this. This just bugged me, and probably the person people who witnessed it didn't even care. So on MJ, she did a live video when we were all a bunch of us in the chat, and the topic came up of who's mentioned who and who's mentioned your name. And I said the first person who ever mentioned my name on YouTube, who said the name Monty on YouTube, was Murphy Napier, and then Read by Fred, and so on. And so MJ turned to the camera and she goes, she didn't mess up, I messed up. She goes, "Oh, you got Murphy Napier to give your channel a shout out, great." And I didn't think of anything of it until about the next day. I'm like, oh no, that's not correct. She didn't give me a shout out. She kind of only vaguely knows who I am. I am a Patreon supporter of hers. I'm on her Discord, and occasionally she has a little exchange with me, but nothing long-winded. We don't know each other. We're not pals. We're not buddies. I'm just someone she vaguely maybe recalls my name. So she just said my name. She gave me a shout out. Read by Fred. Fred at Read by Fred gave me my first advertisement of my channel on his channel. I want to be clear on that, just for my own sake. Question 3. Sodapop Curtis. Share a booktube channel that makes you laugh and brings you joy. Well, I mean, there's a lot. It's not one. The ones I've mentioned so far are just if you're someone I've subscribed to your channel, you've made me feel good. We got Tori Talks, we've got Chanel, we've got Books I'm Not Reading, we've got McKenna Loves Content, more on her. Books with Brittany, Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and Nico's Book Reviews. Joanna Reads, Murphy, of course. Oh, goodness, I'm missing people here. Mild Rumpus. I'll probably throw a bunch of tags and see who responds and whatnot. Once Upon an Emily Reads. There's more. Benjamin's Book Club. There's a good one there, and so on. So it just everybody's just. I see your videos come up, and wham! That's the next thing I'm doing. Let me enlarge my screen because my vision sucks. Here we go. Come on. Question 4. Keith Two-Bit Mathews recommends some new to you booktube channels that you enjoyed watching. So the two newest ones, there's the names of her channel are Chanel Chapters, that's her book channel, and Chanel Days, that's more of a food, fashion, crafty type deal. And if you want your non-booktube channel, you're gonna want to dress up and go eat beautiful food. She's got just a lovely couple of channels, and she has a really she knows how to talk about books. She's very smart at talking about books. It's great content for her, and for us rather. The other one is McKenna at McKenna Loves Content, and I love her content. She's only got 12 videos, so she just started, but she's doing very good, very high quality channel. Excellent, excellent. We are on question 5, or no, that was question 5. Yes, question 5, actually. Dally Winston. What was something you initially found tough as a booktube newbie? Share how you overcame it. So anything tech I had to look up. Even just getting stuff recorded on this phone to then get it on YouTube to then doing tags. I had to go after that stuff. I knew nothing at all about it. Now I can do it fairly easy. I know what I'm doing. I just did it just now. I did a booktube newbie tag, and the first words out of my mouth were, I can't get rid of it. Get used to it. It's not going anywhere. I tried so hard. Question 6. Steve Randall, what is your favorite video on your channel? So I did a Star Wars video. That's been with me my whole life, so I did a video on it. It's about a half hour long. That's my thing I know best. And I did one on the fantasy series Thomas Covenant the Unbeliever. But I was really after that one to do it because if there's one thing that turns people off in books immediately, they'll tell you it's sexual assault. Well, this contains a sexual assault that happens right on the page, but it's this a whole other symbolic psychological reason that it happens. If you want to watch the video, I won't go into detail here, but it's not some gratuitous thing that someone uses to make the hero mad to go after the villains. That's not what it's for. But I understand why they'll stop the book right there and put it down. But Thomas Covenant, Star Wars. Also like a lot of, I've done a few one-piece shorts primarily concerning Zorro, because I've happened across panels where, I can kind of tell how strong he is because he'll lift something and I can make a vague mathematical estimate of just how strong the man is. And hundreds of tons the man lifts, which leads to some inconsistencies because there's times when he's just chained up in some manacles and I'm like, the dude's stronger than the Hulk. He can just break out of those. But so a little inconsistent there from Oda, but I do love me some One Piece these days. 7, Sherri, it says Sherri Cherry Valance. Share a channel that you enjoy watching outside of BookTube. It's Gone with the Wind. It could potentially be my favorite thing I watch, I guess. They upload about once a week most of the time. Sailing channel. They originally started as RV on the road and switched to sailing. They've been sailing around the West. I think they were primarily in the Caribbean at first, but then made a decision to go sail around the world. They are currently in, where the hell are they at? Oh, the Philippines, where they are. Oh boy, they're just a wonderful couple of people. And by all accounts, there's no facade there, because if you pay enough on their Patreon, you can go meet them. And a lot of their Patreon supporters get to meet them, and they just come back with reviews. They're just the most wonderful, happy, bubbly people. And Jason, I'm sure Nikki knows what she's doing too, but Jason is a professional photographer, and the shots they get on that channel are just outstanding. And some of they were between boats for a while, and even between when they weren't sailing, they were doing this high quality content. It was outstanding, especially when they went up in this one city in China while they were still just, they were like a week away from finally getting their next boat, and they went up into China, into this beautiful city. They were doing a great video there, just outstanding. Just love it. We are on question 8. Johnny Cade, discuss the effect that BookTube has had on you as a reader. What it's done is most of the time when I read a book, I just read the book and I go on. If its particular content appeals to me, I would maybe delve into like a wiki, a fan wiki that someone's done. Otherwise, what is done now as a booktuber is along the way I make notes to myself of, oh, there's something I can talk about and elaborate on in video. So I pay attention a little more to certain points that come up that way. I think that's an improvement. Question 9, or item 9, sunsets. Share a piece of advice or wisdom. As I said, you gotta get yourself a microphone. Be aware of lighting. I don't have a lighting set up. If you look at earlier videos of mine, I thought, a lamp here or there shining at me was enough, and it really wasn't. It was a little dark in places. I got the shades open, so some light's coming in and reflecting off the glasses right now. I kind of like this, a little different. I don't know how much upgrading it would do, because when you go to a lot of channels, even the new ones, like the kind of loved content I mentioned, it's professional looking videos there and thumbnails. I think maybe I have the wrong idea that, well, I'm doing something a little different by not doing the high-end quality stuff. I don't know, I think maybe people just like the higher quality stuff. My channel's doing okay. I've got 249 subscribers, I do believe, if I go to my channel. Let's see what this says here. I have, hello everyone. Stop talking, you. I have 249 subscribers. This will be my 59th video and 13,000 plus views. And that's 4 months worth. So that's okay. It's fine. If actually, since we're on advice, if there's one piece of advice, even though it's nice to note people are watching, how many views you're getting, all that good stuff, don't worry about that stuff. You're just gonna drive yourself crazy. And it's nice to know people are watching and commenting, but it's don't worry about that stuff. Just do it because you want to have fun doing it. I like doing these videos. It's nice. Stay gold. Item 10. Tag others. So I am going to tag. I believe both of these have done. I think they did BookTube newbie tag. So I'm going to tag Chanel at Chanel Days and McKenna at McKenna Loves Content and see if they want to answer all these questions here. And I'm also going to do, I know Andrew at Andrew's Wizardly Reads did a BookTube newbie tag 3 years ago or something we started. So I don't know if I took a quick look. I don't know that he does many book tag videos. And Nico at Nico's Book Reviews, I don't think he did one that I saw, but I'll tag them. And by the way, it's called, I'm going to get the title right, Wizards Enclave Discord. The two of them, that's their Discord. So if you're on Discord, go there. It's free. There is a Patreon support portion, but it's just a free Discord and a bunch of people talking about books, and it's fun. I like it. I like them. Good people. And that's really it for me. What am I doing? I fell behind in my reading. I'm in the middle of this wonderful thing, and I assume I'll finish it by this weekend and do a video on that. Really, that's about it. I think because I wasn't going to be doing a video on that as soon as I wanted, I said, oh, here's a BookTube tag thing I can do instead. So I kind of want to do at least one a week. So here I did this and had a little fun with that. So that's a good one. Thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I'm gonna 3 days off, no obligations. That's wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, it didn't go off. Now it will.